Yo, look, homie. The reason why you can't stay sober is because you can't keep your word to yourself. Nothing else. It's not your trauma. It's not your past. It's not you and your work. It's not you and your desire for pleasure. It's not your friends. All of those have influence on it. But the bottom line is you can't stay sober because you do not hold your word to yourself. I did not go to treatment. I did not go to rehab. I did not go to MAT, faith-based. I didn't get incarcerated. Most people can't get sober like I did because they don't know how to hold their word to themselves. One of the things that I didn't just think about this. If anybody has ever worked out any time in their life, you have somebody who's never worked out before and they say, oh, I am going to go ahead and squat 315 pounds. I'm going to bench 315 pounds. I'm going to deadlift 315 pounds. But they've never worked out. How likely do you think that they're going to be able to unrack the weight, move the weight, and then re-rack the weight, even once? It's very unlikely that they'll be able to complete that massive task. While I could already sense one of you fools saying, whoa, somebody can do it. Shut up, bro. Like, for real, stop. That just because somebody can do it proves that they are an exception to the rule. That doesn't mean that the rule does not exist. So having somebody that can do it once, i.e. me, because I'm that person, I'm the exception to the rule. Don't talk to me about the exceptions. If you're willing to be an exception to the rule, it's because you understand certain things. Most of you can't stay sober today, Saturday, because you cannot hold your word to yourself. And I'm gonna give you free game on how to start doing this, on how to get clean, how to drop devices, how to stop watching porn, how to make significant changes in your life. But I need you to understand one thing. You have to trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself, if you don't build that confidence in who you are and your ability to complete a task when you say that you're going to do something, there is no hope for you. It doesn't matter if you go to the nicest treatment center. It doesn't matter if you go to the most scientifically based, medically MAT treatment. It doesn't matter if you go to the greatest shaman on the planet. It doesn't matter if you go to the highest church ever. Like, I don't care what it is. If you cannot hold your word to yourself, no program is going to work for you. None. If you can't say, I'm going to do X, then complete X, don't expect to get anything done. Again, there are exceptions to the rules, and I speak from that exception point. So I don't want to hear, oh, there's certain people who can. You're absolutely right. I am one of those ones who can. But you couldn't, because if you did, you wouldn't be watching this video. You couldn't, because if you did, you would already have the results. And you don't have the results. So sit down, shut up, and learn from somebody who does have the results. You have been coddled. You have been told that it's okay to let your word slip. You have been told it's okay to stay in the comfort zone. You have been told it's okay, you tried your best. I don't care about trying. Do you know what I do care about is results. And the reality is, I get passionate about this stuff because you might have a family. You might have a daughter who's already used to you smelling like Captain Morgan. You might have a son who's already used to not asking you for help because you can't show up. You might have a mom who's given up on you because that son and mother bond was broken when you took the Xboxes from her house. I don't know what your background is, but what I do know is that if you don't have the results, then you need to shut up and listen to somebody who does. Plain and simple. So here's the free game. Here's literally the structure of how it's done. Hold your word to yourself. When I first stopped using heroin, what I did is I told myself I'm only going to use 60 cc's every 2 hours just so I could stay well. I had gauged the amount that I was using, so I knew what would get me high and I knew what would get me well. 60 cc's through a 33 gauge needle kept me well for 2 to 3 hours. So every 2 to 3 hours, I would inject inside of my vein another 60 cc's of some dope. and I make it another 2 hours. By holding my word each and every day to just that, just doing that, not using more, not using less, I began to build self-trust and confidence in my ability to trust myself, to hold my word. So eventually that 60 cc's, I was like, I'm gonna make it go 4 hours. And then I'd make it go 4 hours. And the first time that I did it, it was tough. It was uncomfortable. It wasn't fun. It's not supposed to be. You clowns nowadays want everything to be okay. You clowns down today want everything to be comforting and easy. Quite frankly, it's because you've been nurtured too much. You guys have been told it's okay. I call it mijito syndrome. That's what we call it where I'm from. You've been told, mijito, it's okay, mijito. You did your best. Shut up. Like, whoever's telling you that actually doesn't love you. I love you. That's why I'm going to tell you right now that you're a punk. That you don't know how to hold your word to yourself, so you can't even call yourself a man. Once you begin to hold yourself accountable to yourself, you begin to build confidence. Now, I just gave you the breakdown of heroin. Let me give you the breakdown of alcohol, because as soon as I stopped using heroin, I started drinking, mainly because the individuals around me took alcohol as a okay substance. I was still an addict. I still hadn't solved my internal issues. I still hadn't found self-worth in myself to not use them. Here's what it is. Plain and simple. I would tell myself, I'm only drinking a bottle today. At the height of my alcoholism, I was drinking 2 bottles plus of Admiral Nelson each and every day. 750 milliliters for those of you who want to know exactly what a bottle is. Some of you guys are clowns, bro. You guys need to know way too much information instead of shutting up and just doing what you're told. Most of you guys shouldn't even be asking questions. Most people shouldn't even be opening up their mouths when they're getting information. They should just do exactly what is being told by the person who got the result before them. But you can't do that because you have an ego, just FYI. So I tell myself I'm only going to drink a bottle today, and I would make that bottle last. Once I got okay with just drinking a bottle each and every day, recalibrating my internal systems, because our body calibrates based on the substances that we use, I reduced it. I'm only going to drink 3 pints in a day. And that's what I would do. And then fast forward another 2 weeks, I'm only going to drink 2 pints in a day. And I do that for a duration of time, and then I cut back again. They call it titrating inside of the treatment centers. I call it building trust inside of myself to do exactly what I said I was going to do, knowing that I was going to get a better result. If you need help, if you need specific guidance because you think that you're so special that what I just said doesn't apply to you, because that's what you are, just FYI, I'm more than happy to provide that special attention. I can. It does come with a fee, so don't get it twisted. I don't do this stuff for free. I just gave you the free game. If you need that special attention, I'll give it to you, and I can structure a plan specifically for you, not to just drop the vice, but to get jacked too. Because now I know how to get somebody clean, get somebody jacked, and get somebody on track to being the individual that can overcome anything. Because at the end of the day, if you're somebody who uses drugs, you're somebody who uses alcohol or has some sort of vice, you're actually a very powerful being, and that's why those substances take you out, because that power that you possess inside of yourself, the creator, the person, the being that goes against our creator doesn't want to be shown. I'm here to help you. I'm here to serve you. I just gave you the free game. Go apply it. If you need more help, shoot me a message. Go to IG, Nico at Nico_speaks_. More than happy to let you know what my program is, how we get it done, and the required tasks each and every day. But if you're somebody who was like me and couldn't afford a program, couldn't get the help, or had such a big ego that I had to do it on myself, there's the free game. I just gave it to you.